Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Usapang Wala Lang. Today we're going to talk about retirement. Everyone knows what retirement is about, right? We know what it means. It's about stepping back or withdrawing from one's active work life. Having said that, does that mean therefore that when you retire, you go into an inactive lifestyle? Well, far from it. Today, we're going to hear from a boomer who has defied the conventions of retirement. And perhaps what he has to say will provoke us to rethink the very concept of retirement. So, here now is Jerry Rimando.
Hello, boomers. My name is Jerry, and I would like to share with you some of my points of view pertaining to retirement. Retirement doesn't have to be related to age. During our active status, we typically wake up early, commute to work, or commute to our office. This is a routine that we follow on almost a daily basis. I would call it life in a box. When we go into our retirement, there's no such thing as routine, and it can be scary. Now, many people say that many retirees spend empty days, but I can tell you that retirement is getting out from the box and getting into a circular life. Circular in the sense that there are no routines. Everything is unknown. So for me, retirement age was a most exciting phase in life. I got out of the box at the age of 50. When you go to retirement, major concerns would be financial and psychological. How did I deal with these concerns? It helps that I was raised in a simple lifestyle. I have simple needs. I'm fortunate. I was able to shift and learn some new things. For example, I learned to be a handyman. I can say confidently that I am a good carpenter now. And you can imagine, I came from a corporate life throughout my life. By learning new skills, even until now, I enjoy this. Fundamental question is, when is the best time to retire? At what age do I retire? My personal take is this. There is really no prescribed best time to retire. Many retirement comes with age or tenure in their organization. For others, it can be for reasons of health. In my case, I was driven primarily by the desire for personal freedom. Freedom means I want to live outside the box. I want to have control of my life. I want to spend more time with friends, family, and also to further attend to my personal development and growth. To me, the bottom line is what is more important to you? Do you want more money? Or with what you have, do you want to spend more time to enjoy life? Answer one question. Do I have enough financial resources to last me for the rest of my life? The amount of money which is enough is relative to each one of us. How much is enough? You answer that. Your lifestyle will determine that. Let me address another concern of retirees, specifically this time for Filipinos who are residing overseas. It is always a struggle to let go of the comforts of living in a first world country like the US or Australia. For Filipinos, they might want to consider retiring in their homeland, the Philippines. From a financial point of view, you will be ahead, much, much ahead. Because, for example, if you are going to have a pension of, let's say, maybe $1,500 US dollars a month, that can translate to 80,000 pesos in the Philippines. In the US, 1,005, as far as I know, it's still quite tight compared to the comforts that you get by retiring in the Philippines. For me, it's a no-brainer. It is not surprising that in the first world countries, the business of housing residency for elderly is popular because the elderlies are put in a retirement place so that they are provided with 24-hour care, and the children or the relatives can also focus on their lives. In the Philippines, retirement homes are not that popular. It's because if you have a pension of $1,500, you can afford to have a staff. They will take care of you every day in your own home. So financially and culturally, Filipinos residing abroad, it would be wise to consider returning to your homeland, the Philippines, and spend your retirement days here in the company of your family, relatives, and old friends. Ain't that great? Rather than spending retirement life in a retirement home.
Hi everyone, welcome to Usapa Walalang. Loosely, it means we're talking about nothing, anything, and everything from a boomer's perspective like us. And who are us? We are Tres Locas. I'm Lisa, and I'm coming from the great state of Texas.
I'm Lou and I'm streaming from Florida.
And I'm Tita, coming all the way from halfway around the world, the Philippines.
Tonight, after hearing Mr. Jerry's discussion about retirement, we will be talking about that further with the group, the Tres Locas. So we will start with Tita.
Thanks, Lisa. All right. So when we talk about retirement, here we are. Most of us at this stage in our lives, we've pretty much retired, except for a few fools who are still
Lisa.
there. Well, I call them fools.
Excuse me.
All right. Retirement isn't something that is prescribed or something that one must do when you reach a particular age. Jerry mentioned earlier that in his case, it wasn't really age that drove him to retire. It was something that he had visualized himself doing early on. No? And I like that. As a matter of fact, I was influenced by that principle of his. So in my case, when I retired, it was more of a very smooth transition. I was in between jobs and I got a call asking for a consulting service. No? Interestingly, the client was an ex-employer of mine. So it was an ego trip for me. No? You could just imagine, in the past, I was an employee of that organization, and now they were coming to me and consulting with me. I wanted to feed my ego. All right. All right. So I took on the project, and that was the beginning of my freelance consulting days. And I'm enjoying it up to this day. No?
Part-time retirement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe it's that, no? Yeah. So
Yeah, what he said really is that there's really no rules and regulations regarding retirement. No age,
true.
you know, you don't have any. It's a personal decision
Correct.
when you want to retire, why you want to retire, and where to retire.
Yeah.
So that's a really very refreshing information, you know.
I think most people are anxious when they get to that age. And people begin to wonder, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with so much time? It's a question for people who haven't really reflected deep within themselves about discovering their other skills or talents or interests. No? So if you have dreams and aspirations and things that you would still like to do but are limited because of a current employment,
Career.
a career or currently being employed, then retirement really is the next big one. It brings about new energy and new drive.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know you guys have retired and I am so jealous, but I am slowly getting into it and I already have plans of what I'm going to do when I retire. So it's not going to be boring.
Yeah.
However, always remember, we always like to think of things that we have to do, but we have to finance it.
Mhm.
That's
So,
part of the plan.
so here in the US and also among those in our medical field, we started late in earning a good amount of money. So
Correct.
during your residency, you are basically in your 20 to 30,000 a year retirement. Some of them, the American grads, they even have school loans to pay. So it's
Yeah.
only when they started practicing that they are able to put in something into their retirement. So the gist with retirement is it's not how much you put in, it's when you start saving. So somebody who has saved at 25, there are some people who save even a small amount, 1,000 a month or something. They are way ahead of those who started in their 40s, like us. I'm just going to talk about what we did, my husband and I. So back in the dot-com period, I was all stocks. And then I lost probably 50% of that. So what I did is I did not invest anymore in any stocks, and I put it in real estate. So on the other hand, what Jeff did, Jeff is the one who's into stocks and anything related to his office. So we kind of in such a way we are diversified in that manner. If you cannot sleep because of that, then don't invest in stocks. Of course, when you are younger, then you really choose a high risk, a very aggressive stock. But when into your retirement, then you start transferring that money into like very safe investment.
You have to really be very aware of what's happening in the environment, no? Particularly in the business world, no? So you have to keep your ears to the ground, know what is happening, and if you can, stay ahead of the curve, no? It's a little bit tricky. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you panic. You see things going down. People forget that that's the time to buy instead of sell.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
but
And
personally, I prefer doing my own
yeah,
self-directed IRA. So
yeah.
I use my IRA, but I am the one who manages it.
Mhm.
I pick my own investment, and my favorite is real estate.
When you talk about investing in preparation for retirement, you're really talking about generating additional income or continuing to generate income for yourself, right? But the flip side of that also is adjusting one's lifestyle. So one is about bringing in money, and the other one is about how to manage
Reining in
outflow,
expenses.
outflow of that money, right? So it's about really managing also your lifestyle. Or if you have to downscale, don't be afraid to downscale, no? It's not as if you're not going to have food on the table or roof over your head, no? Those are the things that you would have prepared already way back, even before retirement kicks in. Now, it brings to mind one particular person who I talked to about retirement, and he was saying, "Well, madali lang mag-retire. It's easy to retire, no? Talk about downgrading your lifestyle," sabi niya. For me, sabi niya, all I need is, I'm happy with a 450 square meter house and an SUV and a sedan car. Okay na ako doon. And I
But
go,
don't forget,
downscale ba yun?
in retirement, you have to consider your medical bills.
That's true. Just like anything in life, there's really no tried and tested formula. No? At the end of the day, you define what retirement means to you. No? Enjoying the idea of not having any weekends, because every day now is a weekend, right? And then the opportunity to learn new things. Lou was telling me a while ago, languages is something that she's
Yes.
obsessed nowadays, no? Lou, which languages nga ulit?
French and Italian.
There you go.
1 week one week French and 1 week Italian.
Well, in my case, as far as learning new things, I've indulged in learning to play the ukulele. I know how to play the guitar, just the regular, guitar. I know how to play that. So I kind of said, well, the guitar is much too bulky and heavy and all that. Maybe I should try something smaller, something cute, something more contemporary. And so I started, relearning, transferring whatever skill I have with the guitar, apply it to the ukulele. Of course, I started with "You Are My Sunshine, My Only Sunshine." I started with that, of course. It's like
Bigyan mo nga ng 15.
patawad, as we said in Christmas carols, patawad. Yeah. Well, the other big thing that I went into when I retired, developing a micro enterprise, no, and that was the beginning of our handmade retail business, which in the marketplace that we were known by the brand What If. So we had a good run. We had about 10 years run of the business until
Wow.
yeah, it was a good 10-year run until we finally said, my business partner and we said, priorities have changed, both on her side and on my side. And after we closed down the business, new projects came up my alley, no? Organization training and workshops for me again. The skill that it gave me, my PowerPoint skills, no? Because that's the only way that I can run this program.
Leading to our podcast.
There you go, exactly, leading to this podcast, no? So even this is an adventure by itself, no?
Exactly.
We don't know where it's going to
And
lead
some
us.
other things that we might be trying to organize.
Yeah.
But one of the first thing that I'm enjoying right now is it afforded me, when I retired, it afforded me time to focus on my health and what you call wellness. So
Yeah.
that is my favorite part. And think
Yes.
about it. So if you're retiring at 65, so you have, let's say your life expectancy is like, let's say 90. So how many years is that? 15, 7, 25. Now, for 25 years, you'll be getting your Social Security. If you postpone that, that means you're going to be getting less money.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
if you retire at the right time and
Yeah.
not, because some people are just saying, oh, I'm going to retire like 5 more years, so I will have a lot more in my Social Security check. But you don't
Yeah.
know what's in the future. So
Yeah.
you might as well get
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah.
With
I
the
know.
Social Security
How I
check, we can go and stay in the Philippines for months.
You're way, way ahead. We've talked about retirement and its many angles. When to retire, how much do you need, simplifying your lifestyle, or simply waiting for the day when your retirement funds or your vesting becomes really big. No? Then you retire. But then again, what's the point to that? No? By the time you retire, do you still have the stamina to actually enjoy?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So which means also we also have to pay attention to our health and wellness.
To
So-
enjoy retirement.
To everyone out there, to our fellow boomers, don't be scared to retire. Look at us. We're enjoying where we are today.
That's
And
the
on that
plan.
note, we'd like to say thanks again for eavesdropping and joining us. And here is where we say,
Don't forget to click like, share,
And
and
subscribe.
subscribe. Yes.
see you in our next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.